Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing some more ranked. The draft was pretty interesting. We had a Carl first pick, I think, and then me, and then Rico last pick. Buster goes in. He gets too aggressive though, and the Carl fire will take him out. Stu misses his shot, and so I get tons of value off my shot. I know he's low, so I look to scout him out. He drops a gadget. He didn't heal up completely, and I take out this Buster pretty easily. Mo is honestly so underrated in this meta right now, I feel. Nobody really talks about him. And he's just such a good, like, second or third pick. He's a pretty terrible first pick and a last pick. But I feel like he's a really strong, like, 2-3. We do keep this Buster out. Carl helps us out, and I look to help out against the Stu as well. Don't want to let this Buster get in, and I get a crazy double kill onto the Ruffs and the Gem Carrier. Which wins us the game right there. Literally a game-winning play. That's massive. And we get tons of value off this Buster. And this is a pretty free win right now. Rico's just farming some stats. Unfortunately, the first game recording had failed, so we can't see the replay. But let's head into the next one. Hey guys, welcome back to the next one actually. Force of Habit. We're looking to do the same thing, honestly, but they do switch the Buster wisely into me. And the Stu, I think, is just AFK, so I let him live, and I don't shoot at him because he's AFK, but he does come back and does take me down. Lesson learned, never be nice to AFK players, just take them down. Rico is up in their base, you know, got some insane pressure right now, almost gets that kill, but he does push them back and buy us a lot of time. I get that last tap I needed to take down the Ruffs, and here I can be as aggressive as I want. And somehow my shots don't really... Actually, let me show. Alright guys, here we are into the next one. This draft went terribly. Our teammate first picked Dynamite, and then they went Lumi, of course, because it's free, and then Buzz, or Anita, and then I went Shade, because there's honestly nothing that'll save the draft at that point. Like, it's just game over. Nothing's gonna save it for us. Like, they have Lumi, Anita, and Kenji into, like, Dynamite, Buzz. Like, this is just terrible. They left Lumi open, and also just, you know, let them have the hypercharged Kenji into a thrower. Terrible drafting, so this game's kind of lost. But we do look to make some plays. Buzz get a nice stun off, which is good. I do have the speed boost off when I hit the save. But honestly, I just let the Dynamite kind of deal damage because I am better into the enemies instead of just dealing damage to the save. Although I can deal some nice 3.2Ks, Dynamite is just better suited. I get a nice kill, double kill onto the Lumi there as well. Look to take down this Kenji, pinch with the Buzz, and Buzz goes in, allows the Dynamite to get some good value off. Dynamite should have stayed up for one more shot there, like a few more. I think he could have triggered the 50k shield point. I trade with the Lumi, and Buzz, for some reason, decides to stun the bear. A bit of a waste for a super, but we do end up taking it down. And I'm left alone in a 1v3, trying to stay up and get value. Take down the Nita, but they're getting lots of value. Kenji, you know, going in on us, gets a double kill onto me and the Dynamite, but Dynamite does trade him off. Buzz gets the nice kill, but now they only have one left, and Dynamite starts shooting me. Honestly, guys, like, when you draft terribly, there's nothing your teammates can really do. Like, when you give them the best brawlers into their best matchups, like, there's literally nothing you can do there. Which has happened with Dynamite and Buzz into Kenji and Lumi. And they also have Anita for this. And there's not really much to do. Like, they have 47%. This is impossible. Because we also need to break through their shield. And we end up losing the first game. Let's head into the next one. Alright guys, here we are in the next one. We're looking to do some safe damage. Because it seems like our team defends instead of going for damage when we're defending. So we just kind of walk up. I do think the Buzz is more suited for damage, but Buzz has just been kind of defending this whole time, as well as the Dynamite. They should just be going for damage. But it doesn't end up that way. We're at 72%, and they're at 60%. And I do end up taking down the Nita, which allows me to get more damage, but they're also dealing tons of damage in this 2v2 here. Honestly, my team should not be losing this 2v2 this hard, and I do come back because they just got too much damage on the save. At this point, I got around 50% off, so we are down 1 bar, and we look to even it out. We do go down though, and Dynamite, we all end up going down. And this is looking pretty over here. They just need that one last bar to win, and there's nothing we can really do about it. But we do end up getting the team wipe, and we do have that last bar to just take out, so we need to stay up to take this out. And we just go for that last 5%, but unfortunately we just can't get it. And now Lumi can just go for the double shot, and we end up losing this last game. Alright, let's head into the next one. Alright guys, here we are into the last game. Honestly, we kind of got like a dream draft going. This is before Gus Hypercharge came out. And honestly, like our draft is just amazing here. Like Juju can just sit behind that wall. Gray can, you know, get his pulls off on the Mandy. Like just like that, and things are looking good. Unfortunately, our team has been feeding so many supers, like it's literally been 20 seconds, and Mr. P already has porters. None of us can really deal with porters, and his porters are a huge threat. So, not sure what my team's really doing. Juju goes down as well, while me and this Gus are just duking out in a 1v1. Getting some nice value, look to get this kill here, do grab it. Also look to grab the Mandy to greed. But unfortunately don't quite end up grabbing this Mandy. She knows she can just stay in shield form, and I can't really do much to her. And they look to pinch me here. I probably go down. Yes, I do go down here. And Mr. P has hypercharged porters in literally a minute. Like, I'm not sure what my team's been doing, feeding tons of supers. Just like that, you know, they just keep getting hit, not knowing how to dodge like the easiest shot in the game. And now they just have tons of pressure. There's nothing really we can do against the hypercharged porters, or even just like the regular porters. And so we kind of back off and look to regroup. We look to get aggressive here. Gray gets a nice hook off. Can't really follow it up though. I go for my hypercharge, juking a lot of shots. But again, Mr. P just has porters. Like the team just feeds so many porters. There's nothing really I can do against it. We're all single shot except for the Juju, and so there's nothing really we can do against the porters. And we do go for a shot, pierce onto the Mandy, but the Mandy still stays alive, and we need at least the Mr. P and another kill, which we don't get, and the first game is a loss. Let's head into the next one. Alright guys, here we are in the next one. Hopefully our team can stop feeding so many Mr. P porters. He should not be getting porters until like the last 10-20 seconds, much less the first 20 seconds of the game. Like that is just absolutely poor playing. And again, our team is getting hit. Like you see the Gray, he just gets like 5 tapped, and Mr. P already has porters, and he's pretty close to hypercharge too, I think, from that. And Juju is mad at me for some reason, even though she's been feeding so many shots. Her and the Gray have just been losing lane and feeding Mr. P shots. Like, Mr. P is a pretty bad brawler. And I don't bother helping out the Gray there because, you know, people don't learn about the Mr. P porters until you actually, like, feel their pain. And so I just say, alright, you can deal with the porters, you fed them porters, I'm not going to bother shooting that. And we get a pretty solid snipe onto the Mandy here. I get greedy for the Mr. P as well, but decide to back off because Mandy is spawning. But still end up going greedy here. This is probably too aggressive, should not be up this far. Generally, when you're up this far, like either your team comes up to help or you end up getting some kills. But unfortunately, my team does not come up to help, and they don't overextend into me. And so that was pretty meaningless, pretty high risk for no reward. And we do see Mr. P is low, so we look to get maybe like a pierce shot as well as some kills. Unfortunately, they have hypercharged Porter super quick, and that kind of ruins our thoughts. Again, there's really not much like Angelo or Gray can do against the hypercharged Porters. Like the slow reload single shot projectiles, really just can't deal with them. Like all your ammo is spent on them, and you don't have enough to actually damage the enemies. And we are down, so we still need that 1 star. Unfortunately, our entire team kind of goes down there, and we do end up losing the game. Our Gray, pretty classic 0-3, fed tons of supers, 37k healing. I remember, I think I saw him get like an instant fire lightning kudos. Him and the Juju could have played better. But anyway, that's enough yapping. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.